Your name, madam?
Isaryani. Bishop, I've been in the Universal Church for 30 years. When I was 23, or actually, about 7 years ago, I used to complain about the fast of Daniel. I used to complain about tithing. I complained all the time, but not inside the church. I'd complain alongside my family members, because here's the thing, I was an assistant. Within the work of God, inside the church, it was all just a front. I was that righteous one that did the work of God just right. But when I got home, it was all complaints. What is all for? Campaign. Another one. Once, twice a year. Why all this? Once in your lifetime is enough, not all the time. And does complaining bring a curse? Most definitely. Because my life, from then on, was downhill from there. Why? I complained. So what happened? I ended up meeting a guy, got emotionally involved with him, and ended up falling. I was removed from being an assistant, and everything I had never done in my life, I started doing. The guy I got involved with was a drug user, and I ended up getting involved with people who did drugs. Something I never thought I'd do, you know. I would go up into the favelas to buy drugs. I started drinking all kinds of alcoholic drinks. I'd never been involved with spiritism. I started going to fortune tellers, spiritist centers, all in search for some peace. And on one of those visits to the spiritist center, as I was sitting there, a thought came to my mind saying, "So, you're going to consult with this entity that one day you cast out of people's lives." In that very moment, Bishop, I grabbed my bag, took my daughter, stood up and took a decision. Right there, I said, from today onwards, I will never do this again. I'm going to really give myself, wholeheartedly and sincerely, to God. Why? Even though I spent 23 years in the church, I wasn't really of God. I thought I was converted. I thought I had the Holy Spirit. I was deceived. So I started to seek for God. I took part in the chains of prayer for deliverance. I was set free. All the bad things I used to say about the campaign, I took them back. All the bad things I said about tithing. The first thing I did when I returned to the church was to say, "Lord, I will be faithful. I want to be faithful." I went back to being faithful in my tithes. I started taking part in the campaigns. But in this last one just gone, I did it differently. I didn't ask for anything material. I said, "Holy Spirit, you know sincerely everything I need. I have nothing to ask for, you already know." So, I did the campaign in December just gone, and God has already acted. He started opening doors, and then I was listening to a message from Bishop Macedo, and he was talking a lot about forgiveness. Then Bishop Macedo said, "Wherever you are now, kneel down and ask the Holy Spirit to show you who you need to forgive." So I did. I knelt down, and all the people who had done me wrong started coming to my mind. At work, there were a few people who plotted against me, which led me to feel a lot of hatred. It wasn't even resentment, it was hatred. I was really angry. So, in that moment, I started saying each of their names out loud. "I forgive so-and-so, this person, that person." I kept saying their names. And then I said, "Holy Spirit, is there anyone else?" Then my mum came to mind, because, actually, I suffered throughout my childhood and youth. My mum didn't just hit me, my mum used to beat me up. And because I got involved with that guy, my mum came to talk to me, to warn me, and I got upset. And then my mum ended up kicking me and my daughter out of the house. So, that created a resentment that I didn't think I had. Then I said, my goodness, Holy Spirit, is that really it? Then I said, it is. Then I asked, what do I have to do? I went to my mum. And I said to her, Mum, I wanted to ask for your forgiveness. For all I've done wrong to you. Then my mum turned to me. She was shocked because I'd never asked for forgiveness before. I'd always been a rebellious daughter, Bishop. Everything my mum told me to do, I did the opposite. But in that very moment, she turned to me and said, I'm the one who should be asking for forgiveness. I forgive you, my daughter. That moment, Bishop, I can tell you, and everyone here, it was liberating. It was as if a very heavy weight had been lifted from my shoulders. It set me free. I let out a sigh of relief. I felt light. From that day on, everything, absolutely everything changed in my life. I started seeking the Holy Spirit with all my strength. And the Holy Spirit came upon me. Everything changed. My financial life that was stuck changed. I'm a lawyer. I'm also a nurse, but my clients in the legal field were infrequent. There were only a handful of clients. Then clients started coming, and one would recommend another. I didn't even advertise my services, not once. But a client would come, then refer another, and now I can't keep up. These days, I've had to ask my sister to help out. She's also a lawyer, just to keep up with so many clients. God has already blessed me in my love life. God put a man of God in my life, and we're getting married this year. So, God has transformed everything. And now, I'm caring for my mother, who currently has Alzheimer's. As for complaining, now I tell everyone. If I see someone complaining, I tell them, don't do that. Because complaining can bring a curse into your life, just as it did in mine. So now, I've been transformed.
Everything's changed.
Everything.
God bless you. All the best.